Mario, the mascot of Nintendo, the red-capped hero, plumber extraordinaire. His games have been played by millions across several decades, but if there's one thing these games have in common, it's that they're all broken. On the last episode of Glitchfest, we took a look at Super Mario 3D World, where Mario do plumb. He fixed pipe. Never do before. And we saw just how broken that game was. Today, it's time to take Mario back to his roots, to the original Super Mario Bros. On the NES. Old versus new, which game is more broken? You decide. Let's get started. For this first glitch, you need to get to the Bowser fight of a castle in pretty much any world. Our goal here is to get the axe to defeat Bowser and get hit at the exact same time. If performed correctly, Mario will start flashing or maybe vanish and go over to Toad as you would expect after beating Bowser. He'll tell you your princess is in another castle and you'll go to the next world, same as usual. Now you may notice, even though we got hit, we are still Big Mario. And if we pick up a mushroom, we go back to Small Mario. Even more bizarre, if you pick up a fire flower after doing this, you'll turn into Fire Flower's Small Mario, and whenever you shoot fireballs, it goes back to the big sprite. This feels weird. If you do this glitch while you're Small Mario, it kinda just does this. Yep, no problem, Toad. Are those evil, oppressive flagpoles keeping you down? What do you say we jump over them? This can be done in two different stages. First, let's look at World 1-1. Play through the level until you get past the second gap here. Your goal here is to get far enough to the right so the Koopa spawns, but at the same time leave enough of a gap right here. Then what you need to do is go up here and wait for the Koopa to walk down the hole. At a very precise timing, you have to jump to the top left right as the Koopa jumps down the hole. If done correctly, you'll jump on top of the Koopa. He'll get stuck down below and eventually he'll pop back out of his shell and he'll start walking. The reason this happens is because when an enemy or Mario goes off the bottom of the screen, they very temporarily appear at the top. So what we're doing is during that very brief moment when he goes off the bottom and appears on the top, we're jumping on him. This is very hard to do, but after you got this, now we have to take this Koopa and slowly walk him all the way to the flagpole. Don't let him leave your sight. Since Koopa is halfway off the bottom of the screen, as I mentioned before, he's technically halfway at the top as well. So we're going to take advantage of this, jump very precisely, and bounce off of Koopa over the top of the flagpole. Oh yeah! Now you can walk as far as your heart desires. This will go on forever. All you can do is wait for the timer to run out, otherwise you're kinda stuck. The other level you can do this in is World 3-3. This one is easier to understand, but it is every bit as difficult to execute. All you have to do is go to the very end of the stage. There are these moving platforms, and what you do is you stand on the one to the left. Just as it goes down, you jump onto the one on the right, and very precisely jump over the flagpole. This is extremely precise and difficult, and if you get a game over, you go all the way back to World 1-1. I would not recommend doing either of these over the flagpole glitches unless you're a masochist or you just want mad bragging rights or something. Anyways, once you're over the flagpole, same as last time, this will just go on forever. And I never realized just how big this fortress is. Holy crud. Next, let's make Mario walk through walls. All you have to do is jump at a block at a very precise spot. I can't really give an exact spot to jump for, I just kind of keep doing it over and over. Eventually it works. Once Mario clips in a little bit, what the game's programming tells it to do is push Mario back to go outside of the block. However, if you manually turn Mario around, it'll then send him this way. The game is still sending Mario backwards, but since you manually turned him around, his back is facing this way. So you'll just slide all the way through the blocks to the other side. Let's go make a more creative use of this trick. In World 1-2, get to the very end here. Break this block and then get positioned here. If you crouch jump at the right spot, you will clip into this block and go through the wall just as we showed before. Now, because you haven't gone far enough right, the game has not loaded these pipes into becoming the warp zone. So when you go inside the pipe, it takes you to -1. Yeah. And what exactly is -1? Well, it's basically World 7-2, but if you get to the end, it just brings you back to the start. This is an infinite stage, you cannot beat it. You can go as many times as you want through that pipe, it never ends. Now technically this is actually World 36-1, someone figured that out, but for some reason the game displays 36 as a blank space. There actually are more minus worlds, however you cannot access them on the default game. You have to hack in a flagpole or some other way to beat the stage. With all of that out of the way, it is time for the final glitch. I've saved the best for last, one of the best glitches ever in a video game. If you crouch and swim at the right spot here, you get stuck in the wall forever. Thanks for watching. If you've seen this episode and the Mario 3D World episode, which one do you think is more broken? If you haven't seen Mario 3D World, click this annotation to go watch it. Or you can click this other annotation to go to my gameplay channel. I've been playing Pokemon Snap lately. Why don't you go check that out? Maybe you should subscribe. I'll see you next time. Take care.